This video is about Chugga Conroy. The reason for the vague title is because I'm really not in the mood to deal with his dumb fuck audience again. For a fucking week straight, I've been getting comment after comment on my last Chugga Conroy video about how Chugga Conroy is such a swell guy, he did nothing wrong, and there was also a lot of gross victim blaming towards Lady Emily too. She consented. She said his constant foot and sneaker jokes were okay. Yeah, when she thought they were just innocuous jokes, and only after she consented, he told her that it was actually a fetish of his. It's almost like, in light of new information, what you previously thought were harmless jokes are now put into a different perspective, and your feelings surrounding them change. What a concept! Shortly after my video, former collaborators of Chugga came forward and said yes, he has made similarly creepy remarks towards me, and I have since disassociated with them. Another person named Dude claims that Chugga made unwanted remarks towards his girlfriend, and Chugga at the time knew that she was dating Dude. And then the other night an atom bomb dropped, a 48-page Google Doc consisting of inappropriate chat logs Chugga Conroy had with a 15-year-old girl back when he was 19. Now, to be fair to Chugga's fan base, this was the final nail in the coffin for them. A lot of people are saying they are done with Chugga, but I still see a disturbing amount of people who see absolutely nothing wrong with these chat logs. Oh, but the age gap isn't so bad. It's not like he was talking to a 9-year-old. We are not talking about someone who is 32 and the other like 37, you know? Two consensual, fully developed, and sound-minded adults. One is still a sophomore in high school, and the other is already in college. There is a far bigger gap in maturity, and relatively early on in these chat logs, she tells Chugga that she is 15 years old, and yet he still thinks it's okay to say this disgusting shit to her. Lolly, which is the screen name of the girl Chugga was chatting with, rape, blows the rape whistle. Chugga, gah, crams my feet into the boots since I have no other shoes to run in. Still the same weird boot, sneaker, foot fetish shit you saw in the much more recent DMs between him and Lady Emily. Lolly, boot fetish, chases after in your jump shoes. When I catch you, jumps on. Chugga, gah, is pinned. Please, have mercy. Lolly, haha, you got pinned by a girl. Has no idea what to do on top. Noms. Chugga, on top? Lolly, yes, I am a top, which means you're a bottom? Chugga, guess it's not pedophilia if you're the one doing the raping. Lolly, rape, and to the law it is, and is it rape? Chugga, you're not gonna rape your boots off me, are you? Doe closes mouth. Lolly, what a lovely idea. Rapes the boots off, however that works. Chugga, no, give me back my shoes. Lolly, they're all mine, bwahahaha, and so are you. Lolly, insert various inappropriate stuff here. Chugga, you sure love raping me. Lolly, you sure love being raped, but that means it's willing, and willing rape is sex, so now it's pedophilia. What kind of fucking sound-minded adult has this kind of interaction with a minor? And people have used examples such as what I read out to say, but she was playing along. She saw no problem with this. If anything, she was leading Chugga on. I'm sorry, who was the fucking adult in this conversation? Chugga should have set clear boundaries and said, I'm sorry, I am not comfortable with having an interaction like this with someone your age. And she was clearly enamored that she was talking to her favorite content creator. This was early 2010, so he had like, what, 40k subscribers at the time, I think? That may sound like small potatoes these days because now we have YouTubers like Mr. Beast and PewDiePie that have over 100 million subscribers, but back then, having like 40 or 50,000 subscribers was much more substantial. There was a clear imbalance of power that Chugga Conroy 100% took advantage of. And that's why she was perfectly okay with this back then, because again, she was enamored by the fact that she was talking to a content creator that she idolized. 14 years have passed since these DMs took place. That is more than enough time for the victim to reflect on these DMs and realize that there was something severely wrong with the way Chugga was interacting with her back then. And speaking of how much time has passed from when these DMs were exchanged to now, I've also seen people say, well, 2010 internet was completely different from how the internet is today. Rape jokes were far more acceptable back then, and I am sure Chugga realized that his interactions with this 15 15-year-old girl was wrong, so we shouldn't demonize him for chat logs that are over a decade old. The only problem with that is the victim reconnected with Chugga Conroy in 2021. This is literally shown at the beginning of the fucking document, and he says this to her: "I guess I shouldn't joke around if you don't like the idea of this, but would you want to do that? Do what? Do what we used to do one more time. What did we do? Am I forgetting something? Or are you bullying me again?" Cries. "I mean, do that shoe thing we did as teenagers." At this point, 11 years have passed since the chat logs, and he still sees absolutely nothing wrong with the fact that he was a 19-year-old having foot fetish and rape roleplays with a 15-year-old. And he was goading her into doing it with him again, further indicating that he saw nothing wrong with these interactions he had with her. Having fetish roleplays with a minor while you yourself are an adult is not some edgy phase you go through. It is indicative that something is severely fucking wrong with you. So fuck this disingenuous piece of shit. "Oh, I'm the wholesome, happy-go-lucky Nintendo Let's Player. Just don't go looking into how I treat women and impressionable fans of mine." If Boogie2988 and the Completionist weren't indicator enough, let this be a cautionary tale to always raise an eyebrow to any of these YouTubers that others tout as the Mr. Rogers of YouTube, because as far as I'm concerned, that does not fucking exist. A truly wholesome, happy-go-lucky guy wouldn't be calling a 15-year-old girl in DMs his lolly, short for lolicon, and saying, "Well, that's preferable to calling you my pedo crush." Fucking disgusting. The reason I'm so mad is because there's so much pent-up frustration within me from all these Chugga Conroy fans who genuinely see nothing wrong with the way he interacted with this 15-year-old girl, and also all the Chugga fans who kept telling me that I'm the fucking idiot for seeing red flags in the way he was talking to Lady Emily. At this point, if you're still defending this piece of dog shit, you're fucked and there's no getting through to you. That's why I'm not even bothering putting Chugga's name in the title, or the tags, or the description, because there is nothing I can fucking say to these people that'll get them to realize that their childhood idol is not a good person. Get the fuck over your parasocial relationship with him already. You are not his friend, you are not his relative, he does not know you fucking exist, you have only watched videos he made and only saw a side of him that he chose to make public. Nothing more, nothing less. This video is mostly for myself to vent because, again, I've been dealing with these fuckheads for like over a week at this point, and it is so beyond frustrating. Oh, and not to mention all the video essay viewers I pissed off with my video essay rant that somehow has accumulated almost 1,000 views at this point. I don't like your pretentious ass padded out videos. I'm sorry, but that is way less frustrating than this. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.